Hare Nama Hare Nama Eva Kevalam Kalo Nasteva 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 Gatiranyata.
Om Gyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudapadakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavansya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vidam Tam Sajiva Sadvaitam Savadbhutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vidam Panchatatvakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhakta Avataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadharam Shivasari Gauram Bhakta Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Bringa Govinda Swami Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachirina Nirvisheshunyavadi Pashitadishtarina Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Guru Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare. Okay, so we will start because I think we don't have so much time and it's very vast topic, but I will try to somehow to, within the half an hour to speak. So we will read the text number 5, Canton 3, chapter 16. Yanamani cha grihnati loko pritye krita gashi do sadhu vadas tat kirtim hanti tvacham iva mayaha. A wrong act committed by a servant leads people in general to blame his master. Just as a spot of white leprosy on any part of the body pollutes all of the skin. So this is a Lord's vision for Kumaras. So we know this canto this chapter start when first they cursed the doorkeepers of Vaikuntha, Jaya and Vijaya. So Lord Vishnu comes out and he speaks these words. So let's read the purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. A Vaishnava therefore should be fully qualified. As stated in Bhagavatam, anyone who has become a Vaishnava has developed all good qualities. There are 26 qualifications mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. A devotee should always see that his Vaishnava qualities increase with the advancement of his Krishna consciousness. A devotee should be blameless because any offense by the devotee is a scar on Supreme Personality of God. The devotee's duty is to be always conscious in his dealing with others, especially with another devotee of the Lord. So this is very powerful purport of Srila Prabhupada. It's short, but there is so much of deep meaning and realization. And that realization comes when you stay on this path of bhakti in devotion, in devotees association, and following the principles of the Krishna consciousness for so many years. And it's initially, if we read, it seems like yes, everything is clear, we understood. But actually, it takes a lot of years to understand the purport of Srila Prabhupada. So I would like to start with the story of one of the Alvar, and I slowly will explain the importance of the devotional service and how one can become a first class of devotee. Okay, how we can become a good Vaishnavas, and what is the meaning of Vaishnava? What qualification has a Vaishnava? Okay, so this story about one of the Alvar, and as you know, Alvars, they are in South India, in Sri Sampradaya. And why they call Alvars? Alvars in Tamil means they are devoted, or they are mad in love with God. So Alvars, they left 4,000 verses after them. So this is story one of the Alvar. And yeah, is everything's okay? I'm getting some notifications. Hello, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, it's okay. People are joining, no? So I think the notifications coming. I keep an thing
For
that
the first time I'm using this
only
video.
video is not available. Can't see you.
I don't know what's happened to my video, but my video is actually should be on.
Actually, maybe you must be on some other app other than Teams. That's why you're not visible.
Idea.
You can come back on Teams and then we'll be able to see you.
Okay, I will continue because time is going
Okay.
on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So this is a story of the Nila. Nila, he was why he was called Nila, because he was very dark complexion, as a dark cloud, and he was very strong built. Yeah, and what he was doing, because he was taking whatever in their shops, or he used to just come and take all the goods, So he was like a gunda kind. Yeah. So, and people were very scared of him. So before that, he actually after that he met one Apsara. So there is word Apsaras. So during night they came on the earth and they used to like enjoy, and something happened to that one of the Apsaras. So all Apsaras, and the morning they went back again to their planets, but this Apsara was left on the earth. It's like I heard the devotee was saying that probably her karma was finished and she had to stay back on the earth planet. And one poor Brahmana, he saw her that she is alone, and he adopted her as a daughter. So she came to his house and she stayed in his house. And on the roof, she used to play ball, and she was like treated by the Brahmana as own daughter with so much love and care. And she was on the roof one day, she was playing the ball, and she was very, very beautiful. And it's happened that Nila used to pass through their house, the Brahmana's house, and he saw this beautiful, beautiful Apsara on the roof. So he was moved by the lust. So he decided immediately to come and meet this Apsara and marry her. And he came to her and he approached her and he said, my dear Apsara, my dear beautiful lady, I want to get married to you. And she was very smart and she said, no, I cannot get married to you. It's not possible, because you have to first become a Vaishnava, and I will get married only to the Vaishnava, So I will not get married to you because you're not a Vaishnava. So Nila was, of course, his male ego was hurt, and he was, okay, I will prove to you how I become Vaishnava, and I'm going to get married to you. He said, okay, we will see. And so he went back, he shaved his head, he left Shikha, he dressed as a Vaishnava, he wore dhoti, he put tilakam all over the body, he put Brahmanical thread, and he came to her. And he said, look, look, I'm a Vaishnava. Look, now you allow me to get married to not the way what I want. I want you to have Vaishnava qualities. This is just external things what you put tilakam, but you by qualities you are not Vaishnava. So still I'm not going to get married to you. So then he asked her, then my dear lady, what should I do? How to become a Vaishnava? She said, you should perform devotional service. What you should do, you should catch anyone. If you see any sadhu or any brahmana, you just catch them and feed them. Wash their feet and have the charinamrita from their feet. And then I will see how it's going on, and then I will see how you become Vaishnava. So he said, all right. So with all sincerity, and because the losses was so much in him, he wanted to get this Apsara as his wife. And he started following her instructions. And he started, whenever he seen any sadhu, whenever he seen any brahmana, he used to catch that brahmana, feed that brahmana, and have the Chirinamrita. So like this was continuously for so many years. He became completely obsessed with this devotional service. He couldn't even live without this devotional service. He was all the time thinking where to get brahmanas to feed, where to feed them, and he used to uh, uh, think also where I should get money from, where I should get Lakshmi from to feed all of them. So one day what happened, he and his team of the Gundas, all of them had some mystical power, some siddhis. So with that team, he overnight he entered the Buddha's temple, the Lord Buddha temple, and there is in that temple was a very big made of pure gold murti of Lord Buddha. So that Buddha, that murti was very secured. You couldn't just get just like this, it was not easy. So once you try to approach this murti, he used to spin. So it's what to somehow to take this murti and steal it. So Nila, he was also very, very smart, and he decided to, what he said, okay guys, what you do, you just need to do something that somehow this murti will stop. So he asked one of his associates that please urinate on the please urinate, and he said on the murti. So they said, how come? This will be very offensive. It's not possible. It's not possible like it will be. He said, no, you do what I told you. So somehow the murti stopped spinning, and they at the night they got that murti and they brought out of the temple, and they hidden this murti in their own place. So at morning, when all monks, Buddhist monks, they woke up, they seen the murti is not there. So they immediately understood who has done it. So they ran towards the Nila's residence, and they said, they were like banging the door, and they said, please, you should give. What you're doing, this is all wrong. You are committing such offense. You are stolen our Lord. You cannot do such. You have to give back to us the murti of Lord Buddha. So he said, yeah, just wait a little bit. I will give to you. I will give back to you, your Lord. So after some time, what they did, they melted, they made melt this golden murti of Lord Buddha. And then they just, the Nila Madhava, he opened the door and he said, okay, here it is in the small pouch, in the small bag. He gave to them just small thumb of the Lord Buddha's murti. So of course they were all angry. They were so much angry. What have you done? What have you done? How could you do this? But of course there was no way back, because Nila also was very strong and everyone was scared of him. So he took all this wealth of this gold, and what he was doing, of course, he was buying a lot of food stuff to cook and catch the devotees and bring them, sit in one line and feed all of them. So, and there is so many stories when he used to collect the taxes, from the people, and he used to engage in this devotional service. He used to all wealth he used to put only for this devotional service to feed the sadhus. Okay. So one day, what's happened, because he was so obsessed, and he saw one caravan was going on, and in that caravan was like beautiful personalities, and they were like themselves Lakshmi Narayana, but of course he did not recognize them, because he was only thinking how he could get all this wealth from this caravan, how he can steal it. Okay, so then what's happened? He what you say in English? He surrounded them with all his gundas team, and he took all this wealth. And then on the Lakshmi Devi's toes, there was beautiful ring with the gem. So he tried to take that ring from her toe, but he couldn't. So what he did, he just by his teeth he tried to bite that ring. He was like by his mouth, and he was touching the feet of Lakshmi Devi, and he got like, oh my gosh, what's happening to me? What's happening to my head? My head is spinning out of I become completely intoxicated. And of course they then seeing all these efforts which Nila was doing, they were so pleased, because they seen that how much he now is got purified, and how he cannot live now without this devotional. So forget about of Apsara. Apsara no more needed for him. He was completely immersed in the sweetness of doing this devotional service. So Lord Narayana and Lakshmi Devi themselves gave to him darshan. They were so much pleased. So this is what doing devotional service, and Nila was purified. He was purified by just doing this devotional service. So why did I tell this story? Because Srila Prabhupada writes in this purport, to become a Vaishnava, to have the qualities of Vaishnava. Yeah, so Srila Prabhupada writes that the actually devotional service is the eternal life of the living entity. So we can see here on the example of Nila Madhava and the great devotees and acharyas, the immersed in devotional service, it is natural for the living entity. The living entity, by doing devotional service, it's very sweet and it's very pleasant to the soul. So in the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the first canto, second chapter, sixth text, it is said, we know this is a very famous verse. It is said, Savai pumsam paro dharmo, yato bhakti rathokshaje, ahai tu kya pratihata, yayatma suprasidati. So by the parodharmo of the Jiva Atma is ahai tu kya pratihata, yato bhaktir adhokshaje, to render devotional service to adhokshaje, Shri Krishna. Ahai tu kya pratihata, render unconditionally and unbreakable, this devotional service. And this is Yayatma Suprasidhati, this process of devotional service, which is unmotivated, pure, this devotional service will bring the satisfaction to the soul. Thank you so much. Yes. So, and Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, he writes that actually devotional service is the eternal life of the living entity and is lying dormant in everyone's heart. So this is such an important point Srila Prabhupada mentioned, because it is natural when how we can be in devotional service. What is inspiring us to do devotional service or to render devotional service? When we are in the association of the devotees, when we are rendering the devotional service to the pure souls, when we have that association of the devotees, that makes us inspired, to follow this process of the Krishna consciousness, to follow the process and engage ourselves in any devotional service. It doesn't mean that we have to leave everything of our duty of being as a wife or being as a mother or being as a householder. We can engage everything in devotional service and always think of Krishna. Whatever is the Krishna will be pleased with me, is Krishna will like it if I will, offer to him flowers, if I offer to him some items of devotional service, like dancing in front of deity, hearing, chanting, reading the scriptures, offering some palatable dishes to him. So there is Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. He mentioned that there is a 64 items of devotional service, but among all 64 items devotional service, the 5 is very prominent. And what is it? 5 of prominent of devotional items is, first is association with devotees, right? Sadhu Sangha. The second one is a chanting. The third one is reading Vedic literature, the study Srimad Bhagavatam. The fourth is living in holy dham. And the fifth one is rendering service to deities. So deities worship. So this is a very 5 prominent items of service. Okay, so in this story, if you see Nila Madhava, he, by doing this devotional service, he became purified, and no more lust was existing in him. He only was completely immersed in the service, and he was in love with that service. So once we are following those principles, being in Krishna consciousness, we get purified. We get purified by association with devotees. We get purified by chanting the holy name. We get purified by living in holy dham. We get purified by reading the scriptures. We get purified when we are rendering service to deities. Okay, so let's go further. We were speaking about the Vaishnava's qualities. Vaishnava's qualities are attainable only by following this process of being in Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada writes in the next verse of the same canto and the same chapter, in the next verse he writes, if anyone who takes to Krishna consciousness in all sincerity, even he is not very advanced in good behavior, is purified. So again, I will take this story, again, example of the Nila. He was not in good, he was completely neophyte, and he didn't know about the devotional service. So he was not in good behavior. but by just discharging this devotional service, he was purified. Okay. So I think the whole time is like running fast, Gopi Manohar Prabhu. There is so much to speak. It's a very vast topic. And here Srila Prabhupada in this purport, he's mentioning about 26 qualifications of, of a Vaishnava. Like Gaur Govinda Swami Maharaj, he was telling, who is a Vaishnava? Vaishnava who is taking a very humble position. He thinks of everyone is above me, and I'm just no one, I'm insignificant. So again, to reach that point, again, to reach that level, to become a Vaishnava, it's need to be following all these items of devotional service. And like Prabhupada is mentioned all the time in the purpose, he's mentioned, just by fixing devotional service, by following this process sincerely, we can get purified. And once we are purified, we can obtain this all beautiful 26 qualities of a Vaishnava. I just want to read the qualities of a Vaishnava. And Srila Prabhupada writes in his book, Teaching of Lord Chaitanya, he writes that what is this 26 qualities in number? The first, kind to everyone. Vaishnava is kind to everyone. Why he is so kind? Because he is very merciful and he is very compassionate. He is feeling pain of everyone. So he is kind to everyone. He wants to give to everyone knowledge. He wants to impart this knowledge that everyone will be free of suffering and everyone will live happy life. And what is our happy life? Is a natural, like Srila Prabhupada said, like I mentioned before, is a natural, let's say, eternal life of the living entity is being engaged in devotional service. The second is does not quarrel with anyone. The third, fix in absolute truth, to have so much faith in absolute truth. The fourth, equal to everyone. Fifth, faultless. Sixth, charitable. 7, mild. 8, clean, inside, outside. 9, simple. 10, benevolent. 11, peaceful. 12, completely attached to Krishna. 13, has no material hankering. 14, meek. 15, steady. 16, self-controlled. 17, does not eat more than required. That is also very important quality, that we should not overeat. And how we will not overeat? When we have a Krishna prasadam. And Krishna prasadam is so powerful. It has so much energy in it. So we know that prasadam is no different from Krishna. And if it is cooked with the full devotion and love, that prasadam becomes very, very powerful. Then you will not be able to eat more than required. Okay, then 18, sane. 19, respectful. 20, humble. 21st, grave. 22nd, compassionate. 23rd, friendly. 24th, poetic. 25th, expert. 26th, silent. So here Prabhupada continues, Srila Prabhupada continues that he's saying the Lord is satisfied by development of these transcendental qualities of the living entity, and not by artificial performance of sacrifices and mystic yoga. In other words, unless one is fully qualified to become a pure devotee of the Lord, one cannot expect to be liberated from material entanglement. So it's very important to, to put our efforts, to somehow develop, not somehow, of course, by following this process of devotional service, develop these qualities of devotees. And Srila Prabhupada also writes that qualities of devotee, he is a qualified devotee when he has a love of God, when he has a love for Krishna. Otherwise, he has no any qualities. We said when he's not devotee of the Lord, he has no any qualities. There is no qualification. So the devotee's duty is to be always conscious in his dealing with others, especially with another devotee of the Lord. This is also a very important point. Srila Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport. He writes in the purport that, of course, by having all these 26 qualities, automatically he will be conscious in his dealings, and especially with another devotee of the Lord, because he will value that devotee. He will offer his respect, and he will love that devotee. And devotee association. Devotee association is very important, because in devotee association we get charged to continue in this difficult material existence, to continue our devotional service, our devotional life. It's not easy, like it's not easy in material world to be engaged in devotional service and follow this process. It's not easy, even though Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport of bhajan, of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. There is bhajan, Parama Karuna Bahudui Jana, Nitai Gaura Chandra. So in this bhajan, Srila Prabhupada writes, it's not so difficult to follow this process. You just chant, you just dance, and you eat Krishna prasadam. So yes, if we have a full faith in Srila Prabhupada's words, and we have a full faith in the words of Acharya, we will chant, we will dance, and we will have a Krishna prasadam. And there is a perfection is guaranteed. Perfection is guaranteed to the happy life. And of course, devotees are so valuable. When we understand that, how can I progress in devotional service? I cannot progress in devotional service without devotees association. It's not possible. I can study Bhakti Shastra. I can become very learned, in all scriptures. But it is not possible to, have without devotees association, to be advanced, like Srila Prabhupada writes, to be advanced in Krishna consciousness and to have a love for Krishna. It is very, very difficult, because, when we are alone without devotees association, Maya immediately she will catch us up, she will catch us. And then there is a ability, or how you say in English, there is a chance again to fall down, even how much you don't will be. So devotees association, it is priority. Like I know there is so many cases where, like, the people are very much in, I would say in general, they want to have a spiritual master. Yes, of course, it's very good to have a spiritual master. It's also very important to have a spiritual master, but with what motives? What motives do you have to have your spiritual master, in your life? There's some motive is to have as like Prabhupada is saying, is like a fashion, oh, I have my spiritual master, but I don't care. I don't visit any programs. I don't have any devotional life. I don't chant. I don't follow the old principles, So it is all useless. It is useless, because your motives are not for the sake of saving your soul or be happy. Your motive is just material. And this, of course, will not give to you any benefits, any spiritual benefits. And as we understood, the spiritual life makes us really, really happy. So by practicing this process, and during so many years, I really realized that devotees association made me like this. Devotees association made me, still be on this track, still be enthusiastic, be charged. Whenever there is devotional service, run and do the devotional service together with devotees. It's so pleasant and it is very, very sweet. It is pleasant to the soul. And now it's become like normal lifestyle. Okay. You don't think, oh, I have to do this or I have to do. It's a natural. It is natural, feelings that you want to do something because it's giving the pleasure to your soul. And it's of course by giving the pleasure to Krishna, like by pouring the water on the root, yeah, all branches and leaf and twigs, all will be satisfied. So same way, by doing this devotional service, your atma will be really, really satisfied, very, very, very happy. Actually, Gopi Manohar Prabhu, I would continue. There is so much to speak, but I somehow there's so much knowledge I can't put in in this half an hour. So please forgive me, and that maybe something I couldn't discover. I actually prepared a wonderful. I wrote so many points, but I cannot discharge them, and just in this, I'm feeling like I'm in transcendental anxiety that I cannot reveal now all these points because I'm very much concerned. The time is running really, really fast, so I have to finish somehow.
No, it's okay. What I wanted to ask you, Bhanu, that how much time do you have? Uh, we can go for another 10-15 minutes. Either we can take question answer or we can speak on the topic. I would love to hear from you, but whatever you suggest.
Yeah, I can continue speaking. I can continue maybe for 5 minutes, and then 5 minutes we can take a question and answers.
Okay, done. Okay, yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm coming back again to the items of devotional service. Like I mentioned before, Srila Prabhupada writes in the book of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu with Lord Chaitanya speaking to the Rupa Goswami, and he reveals all the secrets and all the principles of the devotional service. I mentioned before, like there is a 5 prominent, out of the 64. It was 5 prominent items of devotional service. But before that, Srila Prabhupada also he is writing. When I was reading yesterday, I was like so also surprised because it seems like I read before, but probably it didn't strike me so much. Dancing in front of deity. There is also one of the items of discharging of your devotional service. When the devotee gets up and leaving your home or your place, you accompany him, to the door. That's also another devotional service. So if you see Srila Prabhupada, such a great acharya, if not a Srila Prabhupada, how would we learn all this? How we would, because he explained in such a simple, perfect way, the way how we can get perfection, and just by following the footprints of the previous acharyas, we can really, really become a good Vaishnavas, a good devotees. If we just have a full faith in the words of the spiritual master, the full faith in the instruction of the spiritual master, like Srila Prabhupada. He did a revolution in consciousness of the people. Like, for example, I take even our family. Before, when his books of Bhagavad Gita as it is and Krishna book arrived to our home, how do we live our life? We were completely ignorant. We did not know anything. We were just living our life, sleeping, eating, enjoying. And we didn't know what is the purpose of our life, what is the purpose of the human form of life, and how to be happy. Because it's like normal. Now you can see these days that people are living like this and they don't think, where do I go after this life? What is the purpose? What is the goal in my life? I just sleep, eat, and sense gratifying my senses. Yeah, but the Srila Prabhupada, by his book, by his hard work of translating books from Sanskrit, from Bengali, and giving to all of us, and of course, we seen like because of these books, because of this knowledge, we can become a good people. We can become a proper human beings, I would say, not at where we were before and where we are now. Of course, by the time it is showing how this process is so powerful, and it's showing how the devotees' qualities keep changing and more improvement in their life. I've seen many devotees, of course, if they are really sincerely following the process, they really become so pure and so attractive, and that purity and that innocence are so attractive. And we know, like Srila Prabhupada also saying in the purport, the qualities of the soul, they're all divine qualities, but due to material contamination, somehow, it's all covered. So once we are in this process, we can see, I myself personally can see how effective it is. What I was before, and I of course, I'm not praising myself. I'm thinking that there is still far to go to become pure for myself. But I can see a lot of changes. I can see a lot of changes in my some qualities in the dealing with others also, that in the heart, my heart is opening up more and more, like Srila Prabhupada is saying that heart should expand. Bhakti Charaswami Maharaj said the heart should more expand with the love and compassion. And these qualities can be obtained again, I would say, when we are in devotees association. Devotees association. I will emphasize this more and more because it made me a devotee what I am now. Of course, maybe some people say, no, there is still far to go to become a devotee. Yes, it is far to go to become a real Vaishnava. To be Vaishnava is a big thing. To be servant of the God, it is privilege. Yeah, it's not so easy. So I will stop here, and because I wish that I could, more expand each of the qualities of Vaishnava. And it takes a lot of years to understand each of the qualities of the Vaishnava or bona fide spiritual master. Sometimes we are judging devotees and we are from our perspective, but we have no right to judge anyone. And we should come to that level that we should accept everyone with their qualities, because every living entity, every devotee is very unique and very, very, those individual qualities are not which you have in me, suppose. Yeah. So if I will see those qualities in everyone, I will just grow more and more. I will become more and more pure, and that will make me really to have that feeling. Yes, I should put a lot of efforts to obtain those qualities which Otis has. So my Prabhu,